everyone. Thank you for coming to my channel. Today I am going to do the teacher tag hashtag #ITeach2 teacher questions. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at the list of questions. So I'm also going to leave the comments or the questions in the comments below. So if you're a teacher too, go ahead and do your own hashtag #ITeach2 video. Alright, so question number 1 is, what do you teach and where? So right now I'm not teaching. I'm still looking for a position. I just moved from New Mexico to Florida, but I was teaching for the last 4 years in Clovis at for the Gifted and Talented program. So a lot of the kids I had for all 4 years of my teaching. So it was really great. I'm also licensed to teach social studies or history or social science, whatever your district calls it. I'm also licensed to teach that as well. So I'm looking for either position. Number 2, how long have you been teaching? I've been teaching for 4 years right now. So it's, well, some might say my whole life because I've always wanted to be a teacher. Number 3, oh, and there you go. Did you always know you wanted to be a teacher? Yes. I always joke that my first sentence was, I want to be a teacher. I've known since I was really young that I wanted to be a teacher. At preschool that I attended to, I would always end up helping teach the younger kids or my peers how to tie their shoes or any of the little things that we were learning. And I was always a helper in class, and I've always taught even my little brother. We'd play school all the time, and the kids in the neighborhood would come over and we'd play school. It was just, I always wanted to be a teacher. I love it. Number 4 is, what is your typical teacher outfit of the day? So typically what I do is, for my outfit, is comfortable pants with pockets. So I have a pocket for my keys and a pocket for my phone, and a comfortable, nice shirt. It's usually business casual, nothing really dressy, and I always try to be comfortable because as a teacher you're always moving around, bending, stretching, you know, walking everywhere. So you want to be as comfortable as possible. If you're ever interested in seeing some of the outfits that I have, let me know. But usually it's a pair of pants. Sometimes I wear a skirt, and then it drives me insane because I don't have pockets. So number 5 is, what do you usually bring for lunch? Well, for lunch I usually have leftovers or a sandwich or salad. Sometimes I didn't have a lunch, so I'd usually try to keep peanut butter crackers or those tuna pouches. The sweet and spicy tuna was my favorite, or peanut butter little packets and then separate crackers, something like that. So that's usually what my go-to lunch ended up being sometimes. And so I had amazing students, so sometimes if they noticed I didn't have lunch, they would go and buy it for me. I never asked them to, but they were amazing, and I love you guys and I miss y'all. Alright, and number 6 is, what is one of your favorite books about teaching? Well, of course I love Chicken Noodle Soup for the Soul, and I also have a couple other books. I can't remember the names of them, and they're packed away in boxes right now. But one of my favorite books is the Anne of Green Gables series, and she grows up to become a teacher, and I just really love that book. And so I guess that would probably be it. And number 7, what is one of your favorite teacher movies? Well, I love them all. I love Dead Poet Society, Dangerous Minds, Freedom Writers, again, Anne of Green Gables, because she teaches them. So basically anything with a teacher. I also love the one where he takes his kids to NASA. I forget what it's called. I think it's called Shoot for the Moon. It's a Hallmark movie. I just love it. If it's about teaching, I will watch it. Number 8 is, who was your favorite teacher? Well, of course, my granddaddy was one of my favorite teachers. But growing up, like every year, I was always like, this teacher's my favorite teacher. So I love all of my teachers very much, but one of the favorite teachers is Miss Jacobs. She was my sophomore English teacher, and then in my senior year, I was her student helper, and we became friends, and I'm still friends with her. And then in college, of course, Dr. Quinn, she was such an inspiration, and Doc Elder, he gave me such an inspiration and love, more of a love for history. I've always loved history as well. Number 9 is, who are some of your favorite teacher YouTubers, Instagrammers, etc.? So I started off with Tina Bietler, and I think she just changed it to the Cozy Classroom. I watched the Gold Project, the Lettered Classroom, a Pocketful of Primary, Too Cool for Middle School, and Jennuine Teaching. And I'm sure I've missed some of them, but those are the main ones that I go to watch, and I love them. And now you might be saying, other than the Gold Project and Too Cool for Middle School, they're all elementary school teachers. Yes, but as a secondary teacher, you can watch them, get inspiration from them, modify it, and accommodate it to what you need it to be. You'd be surprised that between elementary school and secondary that it might not necessarily be that much different for the kids. And if you hear noise, it's because my son is running around playing with a dog. Alright, and number 10 is, what is your best classroom management tip? The first one is, of course, make sure that you enforce the rules from day one. That's your own classroom rules, that is the school's rules, and the district's rules. So make sure you're enforcing them and you don't deviate from them or be lenient one day and the next day you're like, oh no, that's not going to fly, and then the next day, oh okay, well maybe I'll let you. You have to make sure you enforce those rules the same all the time, especially at the beginning of the year. So for the first few months, you really need to make sure. The other tip would be to, make sure you have a couple of rules that you want for your classroom, such as, mine is respect. Be respectful of each other's opinions. And don't sit there and take the classroom discussions that we have out in the hall to make fun of the kids outside of the classroom. That's not okay. So another thing I would let them do is come up with a couple of their own rules. So that way they feel somewhat in charge of their own discipline, management. So that is something that you can do no matter what grade you teach. And last but not least, number 11 is, what is one reason you decided to become a teacher? So what is one reason? Is because I love making a difference in other people's lives. Even if I make a difference in just one student's life, it is worth what I do. Just to have them love to learn, or get that kid that doesn't want to learn, hates learning, hates everything, and you end up bonding with that kid for whatever reason, and you inspire them to start wanting to learn and loving to learn and realizing that somebody out there really does care. And that is why I became a teacher. It's just to make a difference, even if it's in just one kid's life. But that is all the questions, so I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great day, and God bless.
And if you like this